Today, members of the community gathered to pay their respects to Marquez, a young boy who was killed last week in a shooting. Hello and good Monday evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is John Martin. There's very little official information available right now, but today we learned that a man was arrested in connection to that shooting. A spokesperson for the FBI tells us that their agency, along with the BIA and Northern Cheyenne Investigative Services, arrested that suspect yesterday. They say he pled guilty to that shooting in tribal court this morning. He was ordered to pay a fine of $23,000 and serve a prison term of 4 years and 9 months in jail. If you don't know, that is the maximum sentence that can be handed down by a tribal court. We then asked the FBI if any federal charges are being pursued, but they declined to comment. The identity of that suspect was not immediately available. Ren Wadsworth traveled to Lame Deer to meet with members of the community who gathered to mourn the young boy whose life was cut tragically short. Ren.
John, as I'm sure you can imagine, the emotions were palpable in Lame Deer as they continue to grieve the unspeakable loss. And while we were given permission to cover events by the family, many I met were too upset to speak with me on camera today. Yesterday, however, hundreds from the Northern Cheyenne tribe came together to march for Marquez. They began their walk in front of the Bureau of Indian Affairs building as the BIA serves as tribal law enforcement. They then traveled down Cheyenne Avenue to their Tribal Affairs office, which acts as a governing body. Authorities of significance, as some in the tribe say, both are failing in preventing tragedies like the death of Marquez Ontivero, a life cut so short but still impacted by many in Lame Deer.
I just wanted to have everyone pray for the family of Marquez. You know, that young man had a long life ahead of him. And pray for the people that are still stuck in this bad addiction, you know, so, alcohol and drugs. You can overcome and beat it, you know. You gotta pray and believe in your prayers. And lots of prayers for the family, the parents, the grandparents, you know. You know, like they were saying, just a young man had a whole long life ahead of him.
Earlier today, Marquez was brought home. A funeral procession carried the 8-year-old from Forsyth to Lame Deer. Once they arrived at the BIA building, tribal riders took lead of the escort, and once again, the community moved through Lame Deer in Kez's name, until they arrived at the elementary school for a wake and community feed. Marquez Ontiveros is only the most recent murder of a young member of a tribe here in Montana, but his case has been an eye-opener for many of the Northern Cheyenne. According to Jeremy Highwater and LaVonna Littlebird Graham, who organized yesterday's march, LaVonna says it's only the beginning of their fight against the root community causes for these children's death, which they say is drugs and violence.
Ren Wadsworth, thank you very much. And obviously this is a story we will continue to follow. Thank you very much for your input and your hard work down there today.